Ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of the Just Believe Show. I'm your host, Herbie Mack, and today I want to break down ways to improve your mental health and your productivity. Have you ever sit there and struggled? Man, I don't know what's going on. My train of thought is just, I'm not thinking. It's a saying that I like to use, being parked or stupid and stuck on dumb. You have those moments where you don't feel like yourself. And that's probably can be connected to your mental health. And that's the reason why it's affecting your productivity. And being productive is something that we all like to do. But if you're not thinking right, you're just like, man, I don't know how to do that. So before we even get into it, I have some tips to share with you, about 12 of them, and I got 2 bonuses just for you guys. So stay tuned. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and sub. Come on, you already know. Now, if you listen to the audio version, please don't forget to sub. But not only that, rate this. Let me know what you think. Ways to improve. I'm hoping 5 stars if you do rate it. With that being said, let's talk about what is mental health. What is mental health? Mental health is something that affects our emotions, psychological, and social well-being. And when you think about it, it's something that affects us from a childhood to adult. It affects the way we act, the way we feel, the way we think. And if you are having mental health challenges, it's going to affect the way you think, act, feel. And this is something that we have to pay attention to. So you're probably like, why does my mental health matter? So you're probably wondering, why does mental health matter? Mental health matters because it affects everything, as far as the way you feel, the way you act, the way you think. And you can't be the best version of yourself or that superhero, as I like to say, if you're not taking care of your mental health or yourself. To me, they go together. They're always connected. Before we get into the ways to be productive, I want to talk about mental health illness. Some people may not know how common it is. Did you know that it's 1 in 5 adults in the US that's affected by a mental health illness? And that is so common. You're probably like, oh, it's only 20%. To me, that's so high. Not paying attention to our mental health is the things that the person next to me is struggling. Or, man, I'm part of that 1 in 5. So addressing that and realizing that spreading awareness is the thing that is so key. Now, let's talk about productivity tips. Understanding stress, whether you are a student or whether you're someone at work. If you're a student, you're probably like, man, I'm getting overwhelmed with homeworks, assignments, trying to make a team, or just trying to fit in. That can be stressful. And now if you're that coworker and you're like, man, I'm always getting assigned so many projects, so many tasks, so many things that I can't do, having all of that can lead up to so much stress, which leads to affecting your mental health, which leads to you being productive. So acknowledging that and understanding that can help you out in so many ways. Here goes one of the tips that I wanted to discuss about. It's called planning your day. Planning your day can be so beneficial from impacting your mental health and also being ready for the stress and those things that trigger that, right? Planning your day on what you're going to wear. Planning your day on what you're going to eat for lunch, dinner, and even breakfast. Planning your day helps out in so many ways. And planning your day is not something that's just cliche. I use it all the time, right? Oh, hey, today I'm going to do X, Y, Z. And having that eases so much stress. It's, oh, hey, I know what I have to do around this time. And I'm going to give you an example. If I know I have emails that I have to respond to from 10 to about 11 or even 10 to noon, I'm going to reply to every email in this way. So I know, hey, this is the hour. These are the 2 hours, depending on how much emails I have, that I'm going to reply to. And then I know, hey, at noon to 1, that's the time I know to take a break, to step away and have lunch. And then even that, figuring out, oh, hey, what do I plan to eat for lunch? It helps out so much instead of me trying to be overwhelmed and actually being fatigued from making decisions or knowing what to do. Now, if you're a student, say you can use that example for studying as say, hey, I'm going to study at this time, and then I'm going to give myself a moment to take a break. Those are some of the examples of just planning your day that can be so beneficial to your mental health, reducing stress, and being productive at the same time. The next tip that I have for you is breaking down your tasks into smaller steps. So if you are a student and you realize, man, I have this project that is due on Friday, right? And the project can be something as writing a 5-page essay. If you realize like, man, today's Monday, if I just sit there and take 2 hours to do a page or 2 for as far as planning out when to study, when to start typing, and when to put it all together, you can probably get that done sooner than later. Or if you know that you have so many other projects to do, just even breaking it down, if it's like subject to subject of, hey, at this time from 5 to 6, I'm going to work on this subject to study. And from 6 to 7, I'm going to work on my homework. And then from 8 to 9, I'm going to get ready for bed. Now, if you're someone that's working and you may have so many projects that you have to get done, right? If you break down the tasks of, man, I have to have this meeting with this client, or I have to have this meeting with my colleague, and I have to do all of this in email and response and then call, and just break it down. Just break it down. Just schedule from 11 to 1. These are the times I'm going to have my meetings, or this time I'm going to schedule my lunch. And around that, I'm going to break down every task possible, or even this day, I want to call this client for this project. Just breaking down your tasks can be so much beneficial to the stress, mental health, and being productive. Now, after breaking down all these tasks, this is the next tip that I have for you. Something that I always talk about: celebrating your small wins. You may not realize it, but celebrating your small wins is something that, well, I feel like everyone tend to overlook. Small wins are still wins. And when you have so many projects and so many tasks that you have to do, whether you're a student or whether you're someone that works, or if you're both, acknowledging that can boost your confidence and boost your mental health. And you realize, man, it wasn't really that stressful. I am being productive. I am doing the things that I told myself that I can do. So celebrating those small wins are so key, making sure you're doing it in a healthy way as well. So let's talk about the next tip. The next tip is taking breaks. And taking breaks is cool. It's perfectly fine. We always talk about grinding and hustling and, man, I have to challenge myself, which is perfectly fine. If you're a student and you've been studying for 4 hours, just make sure on an hour you just take a break. And if you're someone that's working, especially for those who are sitting at their desk, just make sure you just get a moment to take a break, to stretch. Whether you have to just walk around your desk or your cubicle and just start stretching and dancing, that's something that's perfectly fine. You have to do that. Even for myself, when I'm preparing for a speaking engagement, or if I'm editing the Just Believe show or a video that I'm getting ready to upload, if I've been sitting at my desk for an hour, I make sure, hey, let me just get a moment to just walk around, stretch, get some water, and get back into it. Taking breaks can really help you be productive, but really manage that stress, and your mental health actually goes up as well. So another tip that I wanted to talk about was creating a happy space. Now, for those who are at work, if you have a cubicle or if you have a desk, just adding pictures, adding some plants, adding things that will make you happy, right? That's something that can change your mindset from releasing those negative thoughts and letting, it's a rough day at the office, but it's not a bad day. I'm going home to someone I love, or maybe even your pet. I have something to look forward to. Or you can have a photo of you being on vacation. I'm going to work my tail off so I can go back to that place that brought me joy. So if you're a student and you're like, man, I don't have my own desk, or I don't have a locker where I can really customize anything. If you have a laptop, tablet, or even in your notebook, add some stickers that will make you feel happy, whether it's something from your favorite movie, your favorite anime, your favorite quote, pictures of your favorite people that bring you joy, or even your favorite pet. That is creating a happy space right there. And if you don't have anything like that, guess what? You have a cell phone, just change your wallpaper or even your screensaver. That can bring joy. Or creating an album where you can sit there and say, you know what? Here goes my favorite moments that bring me joy of my favorite thing, show, animation, anything like that, or people that make you happy, or even your pet. And that's the tip that I like to use, just creating a happy space. The next tip that I like to talk about is staying positive. Staying positive, I know it sounds cliche, but it's one of the things that can actually help your mental health, reduce stress, and be productive. It can be challenging when you have those bad days, but when you realize like it's just a bad day or it's a bad moment and it's not gonna last, I have XYZ to look forward to, or I did overcome this and I can overcome that. That can only benefit you and your mindset and your mental health. So the next tip that I like to talk about is the power of no, right? If you have a massive assignment that you have to do, whether you're a student, you're like, man, I have all these projects that's due around the same time. And your buddies are like, let's go out, let's go party, let's go celebrate. The power of no helps out so much. Just you looking at them and saying, hey, no, I have this project I have to do. Or if you feel like you're all caught up in your projects and you just need a moment to reflect for you and you just want to Netflix and chill, and people are like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? And you just saying no. And no is a complete sentence. You don't necessarily have to sit there and tell everyone, oh, no, because of this and that. You can just say no, and you know you don't have any space for that. If you are someone who's working, like, man, the power, no, I can't say no to my boss or this and that. certain ways in certain situations you can say no to. If you know that you have so many assignments due and your colleague is like, hey, can you help me with this? Or can you help me with that? Or your boss like, hey, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And you don't have enough space for it. Just say, no, I don't have enough space. I still have so many projects that I have to do. Can you pass this along to someone else? You don't have to explain yourself. Just, no, I can't. Simple as that. Saying no can be so beneficial to your mental health because you don't feel like you're pleasing people, and you do have the right to say no. And you don't have to give them a reason why you say no. If you know you don't have space for it, it's perfectly fine. The next tip I like to talk about is talking. Talking helps. Talking to someone that you can trust, that's not going to judge you, that's going to have that space for you. So if you're a student, finding a teacher that you trust, finding a counselor that you trust, or even a peers that you trust. And most importantly, an adult, especially if it's something that you are truly overwhelmed, having that conversation, that dialogue, and letting them know, hey, I'm struggling because of X, Y, and Z, or I'm overwhelmed because of X, Y, and Z. That is so beneficial. Finding someone that you can connect with that's not going to judge you, that they may actually have a resource for you. Now, if you're someone that's working, you're like, man, I'm overwhelmed by projects, or I'm just overwhelmed by life. If you connect with maybe your boss, even your coworkers, or even someone that's in your family or friends, or even joining a support group, that people that can get you on the reasons why you're overwhelmed, and you're like, man, how did you overcome it? Or just spreading that awareness of, man, I don't have it today. This saying that I like to say is even Michael Jordan had a bad game. Even LeBron James had a bad game. And it's because of just those days, or sometimes we're in a rut that you just need someone that you can connect with that say, hey, you know what? I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. Is there something that I need to address, or I just need a moment to just reflect, or I just need a second opinion, or I just need space to vent? Whether you're a student or you're someone that's working and you find that person, please, I cannot stress this. If you're calling them or if you're getting ready to have a conversation with them, just say, hey, I need a moment. But before I have a moment, do you have space for me? And I need to vet, or I need some sort of advice or anything like that. Just mentally preparing that person, because you don't know what they have going on in their life, can be so beneficial. And just really being direct and letting them know, hey, I need to talk to you, but this is what I need. Now, this segues into one of the bonus tips that I have for you, and that's staying healthy outside of school and work. When I mean staying healthy, going outside, getting some fresh air, paying attention to your diet. Now, when I'm talking about exercising, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be the next John Cena, the next Rock, or anything like that. It's literally being outside, like how I am now, and getting some fresh air, walking around for 15, 20 minutes, or if you are into sports, joining a sports team, or just being active. And being active can be something as simple as going for a swim, going for a walk, going for a jog. You don't necessarily have to be in something that's competitive, just being active. And also, when you talk about dieting, I just want to put this out there. I'm not a dietitian or anything like that, but paying attention to what you're eating, right? If you're someone that's constantly going out, eating fast food, always on the go, creating a good home cooked meal, you don't necessarily have to sit there and say, hey, I'm going to wake up and be a vegan, or I'm going to go on a keto diet, but really paying attention to what you're eating and just having one day where you can just honestly eat healthier, and whatever that looks like for you, just do it. Or if you're struggling, just sit down and have a conversation with your doctor and say, hey, I want to try a healthier diet. What do you think would be beneficial for me? The next bonus tip that I have for you is sleep. I can't stress the importance of sleep. I know there's people out there that's, man, you got to grind. You got to keep grinding. You're not doing enough, especially if you're showing on social media. You see some of these gurus that tell you sleep is for the weak. That can't be true. If you have the experts that's saying that, hey, get at least 8 hours of sleep, and that's important, not only to your health, your mental health, ways of being productive and lowering your stress. I can't stress. Getting the proper sleep is something that is key. Even for myself, I used to be a part of that grind culture, and then I realized I was making irrational decisions, or my decision makings was poor, to say the least, and I wasn't being productive because I wasn't sleeping. Once I got the 8 hours of sleep, oh man, it was a game changer. And I can't tell you, some of the things I used to stress about, especially if there's certain projects or certain tasks that I have to do, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I should do this, or if this is the right thing to do. Once I get those 8 hours of sleep and I wake up and I'm like, you know what, this is the right move, or hey, I didn't like the way I was thinking this, or I didn't like how I wrote this down. I can't stress the power of sleep. So if you can, try to get your 8 hours of sleep, a minimum at least. So that was today's episode. Those are the tips that I have for you on ways to improve your mental health and ways to be productive as well. And if you felt like I missed one, don't forget to comment down below and let me know what's your favorite one that you like, or if you feel like I missed one, just please put it in there. And if you are watching this on YouTube, I can't stress, don't forget to like, comment, and sub. If you're checking this out on the audio version, please don't forget to rate this. And if you find this very useful, please share this with a friend. With that being said, see you next time. Peace.